It was also noted that Mr. Sowore Omoleye, the Sahara Reporters publisher, was not alone in his anti-party activities under reference, as there are strong facts linking the Deputy National Chairman headquarters to the acts, particularly with the inflow of illegal foreign funds into the party, and personally returning same in contravention of Section 225, Sub 3 and 4 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, together with other 8 members of the National Executive Committee of the party as listed below. Number 1, Mr. Buhari Olariwaju Ahmed, the National Youth Leader. Abimeku Anthony Kukuma, ex-official member. Sidney Usman, National Youth Deputy Coordinator. Elenu Rex Inalegu, Deputy National Treasurer. Ajebe Samuel Oluwafemi, National Treasurer. Ogunlana Rotimi Jacob, Deputy National Chairman, Southwest. Murtala Adamu, Deputy National Organizing Secretary. Abdullahi Isa Muhammad, Deputy National Youth Leader. Accordingly, and square to the Article 52 sub K of the Constitution of this great party, the NEC frowned at the failure of the National Chairman, the Deputy National Chairman headquarters, and the other 8 members of the NEC to hold, convene, or summon the statutory quarterly meeting of the NEC, allowing illegal inflow of foreign funds into the party and personally returning same in contravention of our Constitution.
So good evening, people. That's just a summary of it. Well, I laugh a lot, I know, but this is not a laughing matter. Let's get going, no time. Well, let me quickly throw a background into it. I've been busy since Sunday. Today is Monday, right? I've been busy since Saturday. Yesterday I wasn't able to come online at all because I was busy with some things, right? So yesterday I wasn't able to come online. Today I came back very late, and I just saw some messages on my phone buzzing in like, Shegun, what's happening? AAC suspension, whatever, blah 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 blah. Others are saying no, it cannot be, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't even know about it. So, but let's get grounded. No time. You see, number 1, the persons who gathered themselves in Abuja to host this conference, I understand, had initially been suspended by, especially the person addressing the conference, Mr. Leonardo Da Vinci, had already been suspended from the party for, impropriety and all of that. That's number 1. I think as a way of getting, there are 2 things I can immediately link. I can immediately link these to 2 things. Number 1, the person so suspended by the party for their incongruous, nefarious, whatever as the party has put it, were angry and wanted to get back at Sowore. That's one possible thing. But the second, which is more like a Jekula normal Kulini kind of thing, is the fact, the understanding that Sahara Reporters published yesterday exclusive audio leak of CBN Governor Emefiele's involvement in some shady 500 million naira fraud something. And today there's a quick, media conference addressed by the affected persons. Both the person suspended and other members, other persons brought together. Now, the emphasis by Mr. Leonardo, or the person addressing that conference, the 500 billion naira. Okay, thank you for that correction, Emmanuel Joseph. Now, you would notice that it was emphasizing on Mr. Sowore, publisher of Sahara Reporters, meaning that they are not actually getting at Sowore for being Sowore, alright, but for being publisher of that Sahara Reporters. So you can link it to, okay, we understand. So the graphs they have with Sowore might be because it's publisher of Sahara Reporters that has published. Don't also forget that even Oga Charlie Boy, area father, recently also went online to say one of the things he had against Sowore was because Sowore used the Sahara Reporters. Sowore's Sahara Reporter published the Jiadenyoju's tape that he collected money. Then the question is, why would Sowore have evidence that you are collecting money and not publish because you are his friend? That's number one question. Number two question is, why would somebody that has been suspended from the party for something that is clearly anti-ideological to the party's findings or founding principles now come back to say they are owning the party now and want to suspend the chairman or the founder of the party? Funny, right? Okay. Now let's talk as to quorum. Who are the persons suspending Sowore from the party? What are their locus standi? Persons that have been suspended already, now coming back. Anyways, all of those ones are on one side. Now there is an update already. Sowore already said, you suspend me, you suspend me, okay, no problem. You were under suspension before, now you have been expelled. I know I joke too much, right? But you know what, on a good day, I just decided to come online and quickly address it because it's trending topic, and I know that being one of those that have been following the AAC and Sowore thing from time, I should not just let it go and sleep. I'm tired already. I came late online, so but I have to quickly address it. Now, what are the following things? The following are the things I have to say about it. You see, number one thing is, ordinarily, I do not expect Sowore to address this. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Alright? Because Sowore already has so many people who trust and believe in the ideology. So why would he need to waste his efforts trying to address it? Because some people are like, Sowore should address it now. Already by now. In fact, even me, I'm not supposed to address this kind of thing at all. I'm not supposed to address this kind of thing. For what? We are talking about rescuing this country. Some people are gathering themselves because of money. See, let's go back to the question of money, and I want to quickly tell a story. You see, the story is, I remember the story of one, and this is to those that are grouping themselves up to fight the ideology, the new emerging ideology for the country to get better because of selfish personal aggrandizement. It's not going to work for all of you. Now let me say this. The story of a man who told his wife, say, oh baby, please, from all indications I might not last any further than this, but see, promise me one thing. The wife said, what? He said, if I die, all my money in all the Swiss bank, in this, in that, please gather all of them, let them bury me with the money, because he loves money so much he cannot function without money. Now I said, okay, no problems. He said, promise me. The wife promised him. He said, swear. They used everything they could, the Bible, the Quran, everything. They swore. He was now assured that the wife would bury him with the money. So he eventually died, and the day for the burial was here. By the time they were conducting the burial, The wife came and said, please, before you cover the ground, there's something I promised him and I have to fulfill. They said, what is it? She then stepped back, dipped hand in her bag, then brought out an envelope. She dropped it, and he said, you may now close it. They closed it, they cemented it, and everybody left. So they were now asking her, somebody was now asking her, excuse me, don't tell me you eventually then buried your husband with all those money. Are you stupid? The madam answered, well, I promised him and I have to do it. But guess what? I collected all the money, put them in my bank, in my account, and I wrote a check. That is what is in the envelope. A check to the tune of all the money is what is in the envelope. So I fulfilled my promise. Now, if there is a bank in the grave or in the spirit world where he is going to cash the money, let him go and cash it. But if there is none, then that means, I'm sorry, it is not possible to bury somebody with their money, because there was no way they would spend it in the grave. And that was the end. Ladies and gentlemen, the other day I was talking about Olamide looking for money up and down. He has made a lot of money already. Yes, somebody gave you money, they sponsored your concert, they did all of it. You have made money. Can't we start looking at legacies, please? Can we start looking at building a country? I will always not remember today because of how much money he had. The reality is that Awolowo was probably not the richest person in his time, and I will repeat it again, Jesus Christ was not the richest in his time. Somebody reminded me here somebody buttressed me the other day here, there was Pontius Pilate that was the richest in their time. But who remembers Pontius Pilate for how much he had in the account when he died? Who remembers somebody for how much they had in the account when they died? Now, John now. Was Fela the richest in his time? Who remembers, who is talking about how much Fela left in his account when he died? Who talks about it today? We don't talk about it, we talk about legacies, please. So, if they are paying you money to go and discredit a party or discredit something that is... See, let me tell you, nothing can stop an idea or ideology whose time has come. The time has come. At this time, you cannot be addressing all this. Sowore should not address it. I'll be disappointed. Sowore should not even come out and talk about it. Forget, ignore them. Continue what you're doing. That Mushin thing, good, fine. You went to Mushin, you know, liberated people that were being harassed and molested or, you know, extorted by police. Fine, I love that. Continue. Let's see you in another community tomorrow doing your thing. Forget all those elements. Nigeria needs Sowore now, not all those elements. Excuse me. So Sowore should not even bother about it. Don't address it. They say they are suspending you. They don't have the power to. So somebody under suspension has no power to suspend the chairman. And the chairman already, in response, says, okay, you were under suspension before, now you have been expelled. So anything after Sunje to Parani, you know, they were already looking for how to do away with elements that don't align with the ideology of New Nigeria, who are in the party, who planted themselves in the party. So now that they have brought themselves out, it's just normal to just expel them. That's what Sowore did to them, you know. Alright, so that's just on one side. But let us talk to ourselves. I'm not even interested in all those elements. They can't distract anybody. The reality is that we need to start capturing people for ahead of the next, maybe not election, maybe revolution. We need to start addressing people. We need to start talking to people. Our society is busy. If you saw the last statistics, the way I'm thinking now is beyond all of these things. I'm thinking about JAMB that did a test, alright, and then 1.something million people, 1.something million results, meaning 1.something million candidates, I think about 1.6 or so, and the country only has capacity to admit about 600,000 students. What do you think will happen to about 600,000 rest of them? Alright, what do you think will happen to the rest of them? Nothing. They will just go and join the shaku race, go and join those that are smoking under the bridge and all of that. Those are the people we need to start capturing. Those are the people we need to start rescuing ahead of the next election or next revolution, whichever one is going to happen first. So I'm not interested in somebody says they want to expel Sowore or something. That's their problem. In fact, they are even helping the party. They are making the party more popular. The reality is that all of this mainstream media in the interim of Abinichi were not interested in Sowore, because yes, the ideology or the new phenomenon is probably going to sweep all of them in the mainstream completely off. All right, it will sweep all of them off. So that's on one side. But now mainstream media is interested. Channels TV is reporting AAC suspend Sowore. Yes, they will now update it. Sowore expels erring members. Alright, Punch already did 2 reports already today on AAC alone. Yes, it's getting grounded. So people are asking questions. People didn't even believe, or even now some people call this kind of thing teething problem. They say, oh, when something wants to grow for the first time, it will teeth. Like when a child wants to grow, there will be teething problem, right? Okay, fine. I call it phases of development, developmental epoch, things that will happen, radically for the development to occur. If these things don't happen, it will not grow. So it's good. There will be challenges, developmental challenges. So it's okay. So it's okay for some people to gather themselves and say they want to expel Omoyele Sowore, founder of the party, and all that. So it's okay. But is that my edict? No. I'm not even supposed to be doing this. But it's just to look at how we can use that to climb on from here. I'm not a member of the party, and I'm not asking for any position in the party. I'm just one person who is interested in a better country. Like most of you who are abroad too, who are not necessarily members of the party, but who are fans of the ideology that Sowore is driving. Is the same way I am. I'm not interested in the party. Alright, I'm not interested in the party. Okay, I'm not interested in the party. I'm interested in the content of what Sowore is saying. How this country will move forward. So I'm not interested in some people gather themselves to be saying they're expelling Sowore. Well, is that my business? Is that my problem in life? That's not my problem. That's their own problem. They have collected their money. Good luck to them. Alright, let them go to Dubai and enjoy it. Let them go and enjoy the money. I'm not interested. Okay, but what I'm interested in is in the content of what Sowore is actually preaching, which is my own interest too, which is the interest of all of you that are coming from abroad and say, Shego, how can that country be better? We want it to be better. That is your interest too. Alright, so I'm not interested in what are the elements in the party that are distracting, or it's their problem. So tomorrow I may decide to stop following Sowore on one condition. The condition that the philosophy that is driving him and the ideology and the party changes. If it changes, piam. Don't forget that when I started this thing, I followed Duro Toye. I followed Mohalu to his town hall meeting. I followed Duro Toye to his town hall meeting. I followed Sowore to his town hall meeting. I followed Unisa Tuijide. I interviewed her. I followed different people because I'm not interested in APC and PDP. We have seen their rules and reigns. Now Sowore came up, and among all the new generation aspirants, I saw that Sowore is one consistent guy. Okay, Sowore is one consistent guy we can all bank on. I had known Sowore prior to election. Don't make mistake. Don't think it was just I had known Sowore prior to election. I had known Duro Toye. He doesn't know I know him prior to election. I know all of them. Only Mohalu, I only knew a little about him with respect to the profile he had as CBN deputy governor. Okay, but I knew Sowore with some consistencies even prior election. As in one-on-one, I knew him. Alright, but I didn't want to base the support on sentiment of I knew him. I based it on follow all of them, see what content they are bringing. Alright, because I'm an objective person. If I want to decide, before I take a decision, it takes time. And those of you that have been following since that time, you would know. I remember most of you were saying, Shegun, decide for this, decide for that, decide for that. I said, come. I'll present what I discover about all of these people. I will present what I discover by following them in their natural setting on my own cost, and I'll let you see. And I was going from place to place, alright. And I was going from place to place, alright. From place to place I was going, and I was getting results, and I was the other day I went to Unilag and I said Sowore is not popular in Unilag. Some people attacked me on this show. Yes or no? Another time I came and said Sowore's strength lies in his energy and genuineness. But that it was not necessarily converting people. Some people attacked me on this show, but you saw the result in the election now. Shebi? I'm an objective person. I know they do, I know they do say because I know person, because I had known Sowore before the election. I was, in fact, let me reveal to you tonight, I used to freelance with Sahara Reporters. I don't dare, no be today. I used to freelance with Sahara Reporters. I worked with Sahara Reporters, I worked with National Daily Newspaper. I freelanced for a number of media outfits then, so I knew Sowore one-on-one. Do you get it? But I will not base my support for somebody based on say I don't work with them. I don't do it. I was doing my work and I was presenting it for everybody to see. Alright, so let's get to the comments. Somebody is already accusing me. Yeah. Shegu, you no longer read comments. I'll read now. I'm sorry. I just wanted to quickly exhaust my views, alright? Fuck Google says you are not objective. You used to work for Sahara, but I already said that now. You are a latecomer. I already said that. Victor, some people that was following Sowore were thieves. Things happen, Alright, so those of you that have been following this channel from the beginning already know what this thing is about. I won't say because I know you one-on-one, I will now defend you. No. I will not do that. In fact, even forget Sowore, I know people in APC that wanted me to work for them, and money day, I no do. Do you understand it? As in, who will see money and say he doesn't want to work? It is only the person who believes no, it's not about money. Do you get it? So I worked with Sowore, I'm not doubt, and fuck Google. I've said it before, I worked with Sowore as a freelance reporter at Sahara Reporters, and it was not only Sahara Reporters I worked with National Daily Newspaper. In fact, at the point I was almost working with Premium Times, but because I got engaged again with another media, I got too busy. I freelanced with a number of media, so it was not only Sowore. You can't separate the two, factually speaking. What are the two? Beam, I just started for that country. Is anything going to work? Adelanwa, Adejoke, Adetuni, no going back. I forever stand with Sowore. See, let's look forward. How do we capture young people? Well, I have an update for you people. The update is that I already set up a team. We are going to start going to secondary schools, starting from Lagos. All right. Starting from Lagos, we are going to start moving from school to school to talk to young people. I've already assembled a team. Somebody that's going to be addressing early pregnancy, adolescent childbearing. Somebody that will be addressing students on effects of drug abuse. Somebody on career talk, and then civics. 4 persons. So we are going to start going from school to school, and we will need support. We are not going to wait until the first support comes in before we start. We will start with our own resources. Maybe some people want to get convinced before they start sending their donations, but we are cashless as we speak. But we already have idea what we want to do. Okay, so but if you want to support, let us know. This is the number on the screen. Those of you that are looking to support this idea, that's the number. Please do WhatsApp. Let us know the extent to which you want to support. We need resources, and we cannot pretend about that. Okay, we need resources. We want to start going from place to place to place. We are going to be bombarding youth anywhere we can find them, because we can't wait. We cannot wait till 6 months to election before we start running up and down again. I think I've mentioned this over time already. We cannot start waiting until election. We have to start now. So we have to start going from school to school, from place to place. All right. So that is the idea. So that's the number to reach me, and I'm closing the show already. It's past 9. I don't want it to be too long because for the benefit of the people who are always on a playback, who are not online while we are live, so that when they are playing in the back, it is not too long for them. Some people, the first thing they look at is how long is the video before they click and watch. So if it is too long, some people don't want to. All right. Esther Oluyide says, so you will not do your school's program under the AAC? I am not sure. I am not sure that it is in the purview of the AAC as a party. All right. I'm not also sure that we need to wait for the party. I'm not sure that we need to wait for the party to have their own approval or schematic things. Or look at what is happening in the party, for instance. Am I going to be waiting for all of that when things are already happening in the country? We are not going to wait. The party will definitely have their own programs or set of programs, but everybody needs to get on their toes and do their own separate individual things for the sake of the country. All right. At the end of the day, we are going to rally all these efforts together, and they will achieve the goal. Okay. Because, for instance, the party may not be able to do certain things. I'll give you an example. If you want to go from school to school, getting approval to go to public schools will not be easy, especially if you are tagged to a particular political party. They will not give you approval. If you have done things with secondary school, for instance, some of you will understand it. If you have done things with secondary schools, you will understand that public schools, you will understand that you will need approval from here to here to here. ZEO, Ministry of Information, Ministry of Education, this commissioner, this, that. They will not approve it the moment they know or they attach it to a particular political party, or they can identify it with a political party. So we want to do something completely neutral, talking about adolescent reproductive health, early childbearing, and how it affects careers. We'll do career talk. We'll talk about drug abuse, how to avoid it, how to live responsible life. In that process, we'll then introduce civics and leadership. They will now be asking questions as to, what do you think you are doing fine with this country as it is now? Don't you think if you don't participate in politics, they will now start encouraging them to, as they are getting to 18 and above, they should go, and will encourage them to go and get their voters card and teach them how not to mortgage their future. We'll give them examples of how 5,000 has ruined states and the country as a whole. Then start charging them, then giving them resources online, what to read as we leave them. You understand what I'm talking about, but we are not going to reveal all the strategies here. Okay, so that's the idea. I'm sorry, we are not going to take it back. We are not going to we will not tag the program, take it back. We will not target AAC. It has to be completely neutral. Okay, because it will not be approved. They will not allow us if you mention anything that has affiliation with school. You have to understand this. Politics is not just, oh, I am affiliating with this. You have to be tactical. You understand? So we know that there's nobody in this country that does not understand that this country now deserves a revolutionary change. But you have to be tactical in penetrating places and people. I'm not supposed to be revealing some of these things, and I will not still reveal the entirety of it. But we know what we are tagging along. We know what we are doing. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So we have to start doing all of these things. So it doesn't have to be under AAC. It doesn't have to be under Take It Back. But we know what we are doing. All of you too can start talking to your family members, for instance. Different people have to start talking to their own, words and all that. In fact, part of the program also is that we want to start going to newsstands. People that always argue at the newspaper stand every morning. We want to start going there and start provoking conversations about, for instance, if I had my ways, tomorrow morning I will assemble a team, we'll go and live stream people arguing, the Punch reports today, tomorrow morning, and other newspapers that will be reporting what happened in AAC today. Those who will be arguing it tomorrow morning. We want to start live streaming what is happening at newspaper stand. People that are going to be arguing, it's okay, I don't think they should, Sowore can be suspended like that. Oh, it serves him right. Sowore should be suspended. Do you understand it? We have to be strategic. It's not just about, we have to put it on our head that I am AAC. No, it doesn't work. This is Nigeria. They will frustrate you. So before they know anything, you go don't do your work, you don't go. You understand? So I'm not going to bring it under AAC. I'm not going to bring it under Take It Back. Alright? We have to be strategic. That is the idea. So we need support, we need funding. Again, this is the number. Do WhatsApp and let's know what we are doing. At the end of the day, we'll rally all these efforts. So far, I've not changed, and I don't think there's any point, except Sowore changes. If Sowore does not change, my loyalty is still with his ideology. And it's not about him as a person, it's about what he represents. Alright? Sowore represents my aspiration as a young Nigerian that want to see a new Nigeria. So it's not about because Sowore is a fine, but I'm not a female, so it's not as if I want to date Sowore. Do you get it? It's not about whether Sowore is a fine boy, or whether because he lived in New York, or whether because he is this or that. I'm not interested. I'm interested in that thing he represents, that ideology, that idea, that content. it represents my own aspiration too. I hope you get it. So let's forget about all this, useless talks of. Let's talk about our country. Those ones are distractions, but are you distracted? The truth is no. I'm not distracted. So that is the point, and I think we have tried. It's almost 9:30 p.m. We should go now, right? Let's go. As it is my practice, I think I want to do fella. I want to do my friend Mide.
Idea about your environment.
They're calling me. Okay. Let's get going.
Music in the arts. It's already arts.
Black power. He's still living. I say he still lives. Everybody knows. You show us the holy, you show us the preacher, you taught us the grinding, you taught us the holy.
So I think as far as Africa is concerned, music cannot be for enjoyment. Music has to be for revolution.
Father of Afrobeat, Olufela mo fun